What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon White. In the last episode, we boarded the Royal Unova, battled some trainers, and enjoyed our little trip along the river besides Castelia. I also took a brief visit to the Game Freak building, talked about a couple of things, and then we caught ourselves a hidden ability Zen mode at Darmanitan here just outside the Relic Castle. Now we're going to be heading on inside today, and I actually have a map with me, so I know exactly where I'm going. I need to be very careful about this. So as we head on in here, first things first, we're going to want to make our way down as low as we possibly can. Now, where we're at currently, there's not anything new to speak of. We just need to keep going down, down, down. But eventually, we're going to hit a point, and I am absolutely okay with doing that. We're going to hit a point where we can go down even lower, and we're going to be able to access a whole new area. Now, okay, never mind. That was not the right sand trap to go through. I thought it was. Well, never mind. Okay, we'll just take the stairs. I'll just make sure to walk and whatnot so I'm not getting caught in the quicksand and all that nonsense. So let's just make our way all the way to the bottom of Relic Castle because, like I said, we are in search of one of the 7 sages that is down here. But there's not just the 7 sages down here. There's also something else that we're going to be after, as well as some new Pokemon that can be gathered. And none of those Pokemon are available in this first area. We have to go a little bit deeper. I think we want to take this one, if I'm not mistaken. And let's just keep going down. There we go. Okay, I need to make sure that I'm dropping myself off in the right spot. And I think I'm going the right way at the moment. I want to just keep, I believe into this one. Almost there. Let's see. Is this correct? I think so. Yes, it is. Now we're just going to drop down into a bit of a strange room that goes straight up some stairs. Yep, okay, so if we head this way, we can go right back up to the floors above, but I actually want to go this way and head on through this door. This is what's newly opened up to us now that we are in the post-game. Uh-oh. Oh, he's off! Okay, let's follow him. We gotta chase him. Take him down, and then we're gonna be heading on into a maze, and this is where things get really interesting. Ah! Oh, he's just gonna stop us? Okay, well, let's battle him. Let's see what we can find after we do battle with this guy. So now that we are here in the catacombs, there are some new Pokemon that can be encountered in this area. Now, when you're in the deepest section, you can run into Claydol, but elsewhere, you can also run into Onix and Sandslash, and that is actually, I believe, it for all the new Pokemon in this area. So nothing too complicated, nothing all that great, except there is one Pokemon in particular that we're after that is not a random encounter, actually, but we'll be getting to that a little bit later. Obviously, this guy's got a level 64, which is a bit rough. Honestly, I should have switched to Crush for this. But alas, let's get a Leaf Blade off. At least we got that speed on this guy. So let's knock him down a peg. Ooh, that was some good damage. Foul play. This is going to hurt a lot. Like a lot. Ooh, more than I was actually expecting. Holy crap. I mean, the critical hit doesn't help. Moxie, that's not good. Okay, I need a fast Pokemon here to finish this thing up. I think Shelob should get the job done. I'll just use a Signal Beam. I just didn't want to have to rely on anything else because Signal Beam should be enough here, even if it isn't super effective. Oh, I guess, wait, no, it is. I thought Ground, I don't know why I thought Ground canceled that out for some reason. Maybe I'm crazy. No, it's Bug that's resistant to Ground, not Ground resistant to Bug. What am I talking about? There we go. Ryoku of the 7 Sages is looking for Pokemon inside Relic Castle. I was his lookout so he wouldn't be interrupted. Stupid me. Plus weak. And did I mention stupid? It all adds up to nincompoop. All right, well, I'm just going to go on past you, dude, and we're going to have a look around, and I'm actually going to pretty much navigate the entirety of this place as we go through after I revive my snake. Now, I know exactly where I'm going based on this map, thank goodness, but the way that this works is pretty darn simple. So there's the whole horizontal section, and then there's the whole... 3 horizontal sections. The top section just basically goes left to right. It's not too complicated. Let me just revive you really quickly so I can actually... I can't think of 2 things at a time. I'm really bad at multitasking right now. My brain doesn't work this way. Let me heal you and then I can keep talking. Okay, this whole top section goes left to right. If you want to go down to the next horizontal section, you either need to go down here in this first room on this side or the first room on the far left side. Now we can proceed. So you notice there's no doors here. To get down to the third and last horizontal section, you either need to go here into the second room from the right or the second room from the left. There's one room in between those. You head down, and this will take us off to the third row. Now, really quickly, let me Use another max repel here. I feel like these are wearing off a lot faster than they should, but alas. Let's head on over here and all the way into the middle one. And this is where we will run into the Sage. I was planning to catch the Pokemon called Volcarona that lives in this Relic Castle and present it to Ghetsis, but the Shadow Triad said that Ghetsis has gone somewhere, right? The 7 Sages. We always said we were complete when the 7 of us were together. Now I don't know the meaning of those words anymore. I guess I don't mind, even if we were being used, but the dream is over. I no longer need this. Ghetsis gave it to me, but I have no use for it. And we have obtained TM04, Calm Mind, which is actually a really darn good move to have. This Relic Castle and our own castle are both crumbling, but what's different is that this Relic Castle is the remains of a civilization, and our castle left nothing behind. And somehow, Looker was able to navigate this place, even though he had no idea where he was going. Regarding Team Plasma, I am an officer of the International Police, and you must satisfy my request for certain information. Understood, but we don't know much about Ghetsis or our Lord Anne. We haven't even figured out if they are father and son. Accept my thanks. Now, Ghetsis notwithstanding, there yet remains but 3 of the 7 Sages still at large. They are thinking upon what topics. They are hoping upon what chances. This is of the utmost urgency. At once, on the way! All right, and off they go. And obviously where Ryoku was looking is where we want to head next. This is the main chamber, and as you head further up, you will notice... Indeed, there is a Volcarona here. Now, this is where things get interesting. First things first, I am definitely going to want to put Crush out in front because he is the most equipped to both handle and resist this Volcarona. But I am also going to save because I want to catch the darn thing, and this thing is not very easy to catch. However, if you can get your hands on it, it is one of the best Pokemon in the entire freaking game. We already talked about how good Volcarona is before. Let's reiterate it. So, this Volcarona is going to be found at level 70, packing Silver Wind, Quiver Dance, Heat Wave, and Bug Buzz. Now, you notice that none of these things are really something that Crush has to worry too much about. Chancing a Rock Slide here is a bit scary, but I am going to do it just to see if I can do at least a little bit of damage, especially just in case this Silver Wind does increase its stats. And look at that damage regardless. Oh my gosh. That is a lot. Okay, let's not outright kill it. No, we did. Okay, well, I'm going to give that another shot. Give me just a moment. And you know what? Instead of actually leading with a Rock Slide, which I'm going to use Surf from now on, I actually should be leading with a Quick Ball, shouldn't I? Not that it's a very high chance that I'm going to catch this thing that way, but it would be the best thing to do. And also, do consider that Volcarona is not a legendary Pokemon, so you do have a bit higher odds of catching this thing than you would with something like Cobalion or Virizion, for instance. So it's always worth a shot. Ooh! Oh my gosh! Okay, I will take it. We actually got it with the Quick Ball. That is amazing. All right, I don't really have a name for you, but oh, what a beautiful Pokemon. I love this thing so much. If I wasn't so set with my team, I would absolutely incorporate it. I'm going to give it a nice little name, and then we're going to move on. Oh, and it's got a lady name, too. I like that. All right, let me come up with something creative here. You know, I was really trying to avoid something super obvious like Mothra here, and I just kind of went with a hybrid of like Chrysalis and then Vesta, which, you know, is kind of already part of the Larvesta name and has a lot to do with fire and whatnot. There was just too many obvious ones, and I was like, nah, let's just go. I'm sure if I would give it a lot more time to brew and didn't just sit there for, 2 minutes trying to think of a name, I could come up with something better, but that was all I could come up with after, well, like I said, 2 minutes. So that's pretty much it for the Relic Castle. There's nothing else for us to find here. No items of any sort. It's just the Volcarona, the Sage, but at least I can show the alternate way out of here. So let's go all the way to the left this time. And I do believe this is going to take us out the other entrance of the castle. So now we're going to want to go to the left and then head up. And then I do believe this room, once we go to the left again, will be our way out here. So up the stairs we go. And the whole place is pretty much mirrored when you think about it. In fact, I do believe it is, in fact. But we can now take this one up. And this is going to allow us just to go straight up, all the way up, in fact, to the very tippy top. And all we got to do is take one more. Oh, nope, never mind. Well, there's more. We're still going up. Holy crap, this place doesn't end. Repel's effect wore off. Hopefully we're okay with that. No, we are not, because we still have more floors to gain. I didn't remember this being so freaking tall. I knew it was a lot, but come on. I feel like I'm climbing up an escalator at the moment. There we go. And we get ourselves an item, TM26 Earthquake. Now, we have just gotten 2 really good TMs in this episode, and I am actually going to take a pause and see who I can give these to, because these are amazing TMs to have. Now, first up, Calm Mind. The obvious one to give it to is obviously Naz, but notice that Lumia and Arthur can also both learn it. Now, to take a look at Naz really quickly, I think I'm really tempted to keep Reflect, but honestly, being able to just straight up increase our special attack is a bit nicer, so I'm going to get rid of Reflect. Not to mention we can always reteach that to Naz if we absolutely need to. As far as Lumiette is concerned, I'm super tempted to do this as well, just because I'm not super loving having Inferno. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great move, but it's not the most accurate thing in the world. I also don't really have much of a big need for Hex at this point in time either, so I think I'm going to get rid of Inferno. And we'll keep Flame Burst and Shadow Ball as kind of our main moves and see if we can't teach something later. I will not teach it to Arthur because that's obviously not really necessary for him. Now, Earthquake, I believe we have 2 Pokemon that can learn this. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, it's Crush and Bathory. Now, Crush, we could teach Earthquake over Bulldoze, but Bulldoze is a bit wow, that's right. We don't have Bulldoze on him anymore. We just have Earthquake. Crunch, Rock Slide, Surf. I see. The reason I don't want to get rid of Crunch is because it's really the only big dark type move I have. Rock Slide and Surf are obviously synergize with his typing. But then we go, okay, it's Bathory that has Bulldoze, excuse me. Now, I think I would actually be willing to make that trade if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let me be 100% on this. It is. Okay, yes. Now, Bulldoze only has a base power of 60. Now, see, if Bulldoze were on Crush, I'd be a little bit more hesitant because it would synergize into his weaknesses a bit more. But given that Bathory already has Dragon Dance, I think I'd rather just have the raw power of Earthquake. So let's get rid of Bulldoze there. And now she's even stronger. All right, cool. So that is some really big boosts for our team. And let's head on out of here. And welcome back to the Desert Resort, everybody. Okay, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to take care of here. Our next stop is going to be in Nimbasa City, which is obviously, well, next up on the path here. So I don't need Air Unova to take me there. So I'm just going to meet you guys over at the entrance, and we will head on over there in just a moment. And welcome back to Nimbasa City, everybody. Okay, our next stop, and the stop that we're going to be making in the next episode, is going to be Big Stadium and Small Court. Once you reach the post game, a whole lot more new trainers appear in those areas, and instead of just having like 1 or 2 trainers apiece, they're actually going to have a small handful that we're going to be able to do battle with and continue to level up our team. Again, like I said, we'll worry about that in the next episode. I just want to apologize really quickly for the jumbled nature of these videos. I am just kind of winging it at the moment. A lot of this is stuff that I've done before, certainly, but not in like this organized fashion or anything. I'm just kind of going from place to place and just trying to keep my bearings straight and make this as organized as possible. But I know that it does sound like I don't really know what I'm talking about, and I apologize for that. It's going to get better as we continue, though. Hopefully starting even with the next episode. We've just got a lot of work to do still, a lot of places to see, and more 7 Sages to go after. So with all that said, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.